Good morning. Today's video will be a what I read in a week. So I'll just be showing you the various literature that I go through. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Also using the Forest app, I'll try as best as I can to track how much reading I got done. Might be an interesting thing to add to the video. I've been picking up a lot of different books at once. Whatever sticks until the end, I finish, and whatever I'm not feeling, I don't.
Go ahead and find your props.
Guess the character. Yesterday I read for a total of 2 hours and 33 minutes, and I read one essay from a new book of essays that I just started called Run Towards the Danger by Sarah Polley. I'm only one essay in, but I think this will be one of my favorite reads for the year. The last book of essays I read was The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green, and I really liked it, and I was just in the mood to read some more. I'll read a small excerpt from the preface that perfectly summarizes what the book is about, in case you're also interested in picking it up. What follows are some of the most dangerous stories of my life, the ones I have avoided, the ones I haven't told, the ones that have kept me awake on countless nights. These are stories that have haunted and directed me, unwittingly down circuitous paths, as these stories found echoes in my adult life and then went another, better way than they did in childhood. They became lighter and easier to carry. These stories don't add up to a portrait of a life, or even a snapshot of one. They are about the transformative power of an ever-evolving relationship to memory. Telling them is a form of running towards the danger. If you haven't read the short story, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, then I highly recommend that you read it. I just finished reading it. I'm a bit sad, but I think it's an important read and it really reflects how the world works. It's also really short. It will only take like 20 minutes for you to read. I'm gonna end my night by reading some poems by Robert Frost. Day 2 totaled to 2 hours and 1 minute, and yesterday I was definitely more in the mood to pick up a lot of different things instead of just focusing on one. Honestly, I'm always strangely touched and saddened by expressions of love like the one that I'm going to share with you now. This is not really a spoiler, but basically the main character, his name is Philip, and he was orphaned from a young age, and he's brought up by his uncle and aunt. And in this part of the story, the aunt is talking about why she wants to die before her husband. At first, I used to pray to God that he might not take me first, because I didn't want your uncle to be left alone. I didn't want him to have all the suffering. But now I know that it wouldn't mean so much to your uncle as it would mean to me. He wants to live more than I do. I've never been the wife he wanted, and I dare say he'd marry again if anything happened to me. So I should like to go first. You don't think it's selfish of me, Philip, do you? But I couldn't bear it if he went. Day 3, I read for a total of 2 hours and 42 minutes. And today is Sunday, and usually on Sundays, I read a little bit more than usual. Today, I'm in the mood to start a new book, actually, one called A Fig for All the Devils. So yesterday, day 4, was so far the day that I read the least. I read for 33 minutes. I just wasn't in the right mood, and so I just didn't end up reading that much. Day 5, I read for a total of 30 minutes, so this one's my lowest day so far of the week. Yesterday was just really busy from morning till evening, but it was also very productive, and I got to see some friends, so honestly I just had a lovely time, but I didn't have that much time to read. I've never read Moby Dick before, but I really want to read it. First of all, it's one of my dad's favorite books. And also, I haven't really heard someone say that they've regretted reading that book. Maybe they didn't like it, maybe it wasn't their cup of tea, but I've never heard someone say, oh, I regret picking up this book. Day 6, I read for a total of 2 hours and 16 minutes. I read one more essay from Run Towards the Danger. I only have one essay left, and I'm pretty sad to finish that book. I also read some more of A Fig for All the Devils. I went into that book pretty blindly. I didn't know what it was about, but basically it's about this teenage boy that meets Death, and Death isn't exactly who he pictured he would be. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's a perfect mixture of unsettling and funny, and I think that's a pretty difficult balance to strike sometimes. I went to Muji. I got 3 notebooks and this sticky note to-do list type thing. I'll try it out, maybe I'll like it. And my other journal is basically finished, so I wanted a new journal, just a basic one this time. And also, I got these 2 smaller ones in order to write in Chinese and French. I'll try just writing really simple stuff just so that I can better learn those 2 languages. Yesterday was the last day and I read for a total of 2 hours and 18 minutes. I ended up finishing Run Towards the Danger, and honestly, I really liked the book. I liked the way it was organized, and I really liked the sequence of essays, which ones came first and which ones she decided to add towards the end. But the very last essay was by far my favorite. Honestly, I feel like there's so much more I can get from this book, so I'll definitely be rereading it. One of the things that shocked me is how the things that we experience in present times have an effect on how we recollect our past. I know that memory is imperfect, but for some reason, when I think of my past, I think of it as this never-changing thing. The way it happened is the way that I'm going to remember it, but that's not true. And it's just so interesting to me that the ways in which we go through life right now can have such a huge effect on how we recollect our past. But an even bigger takeaway that I got from this book is to run towards the danger, not to be so afraid, and not to get too comfortable. Because when you're too comfortable, you're not growing. And I do want to become a stronger person. It's just hard for me sometimes to be comfortable in that fear. But if I'm not feeling afraid in some aspects of my life, then I think I'm truly missing out on all of the growth that I could be doing. And so, as the author says, I need to run towards the danger and be comfortable with being afraid. So that's my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you're currently reading and whether or not you're enjoying it. But I really hope that you're having a wonderful day.